Yeah, I'm here today as the director of NDR Recruitment to speak about the up and downs of traveling abroad and the numerous experience of especially people with African descent and what we go to abroad and then see for ourselves. I would say that it's a mixed feeling, sometimes pleasant and sometimes unpleasant. And I'll delve into the different categories of the routes that a lot of people normally uses to travel and the implications of traveling under those routes. So I'll first talk about those who travel under the visitor's visa. It is very common that in the previous 3 or 2 decades ago, our parents who set the ball rolling for us to join them, most of them went on a visitor's visa to the US, the UK, Canada, and other places, Germany, and those places. Some of them took so many years before they were able to legitimize themselves, to regularize their stay. Some stayed for 10 to 20 years. And because of that, a lot of them were doing menial jobs abroad because they don't have the needed document to look for jobs, professional jobs, or any other careers that will ensure their development in the job market. So most of them stayed for so many years, and before they were able to sort themselves out with what is popularly known as papers. In this current generation, if you need to ask me, is it advisable for someone, a young man, a young man or a young lady, to travel on a visitor's visa route to abroad? I know we always say that there are varying degrees of destinies. Everyone has his own destiny. But generally, if you travel outside with a visitor's visa, it's going to be very difficult at this climate to survive in the system. It's going to take a long time. I know what is going on in Canada. I know what is going on in the UK. I know what is going on in the US. And the number of ways that people do to secure themselves a permit or to stay in those countries. So it's very difficult to look for accommodation because you don't have your own resident permit to walk into a landlord to say that I want a place to live, because they have to do your background checks, etc., to make sure that you qualify to have your own place. So that the shelter is very important. And then also you have to look for job to work. And if you have to look for a job, they also need a permit to say that you are allowed to work in the country. And if also you don't have it, it's going to be difficult for you to have a job to do. I don't want to say a lot of stuff in camera. I know the ways that immigrants go, the length that we go to find jobs abroad to do that. I don't want to go. I can't say it in camera. Also, there are some routes which is very good for the youth. I mean, if you are going as a student under the student route, either to Canada, to UK, to US, to Germany, and other places, because you are going on the student's route, there's a limited of hours of work that you can do to support yourself. So you don't necessarily have to work there 37.5 hours across board. I think in the US it's 40 hours. You need to you'll be given a limited number of 20 hours to work. So that route is able to survive you, but to give you financial independence, a lot of people have their own ways that they are able to do other jobs to support themselves with the student route. And then also we have the work permit route. The work permit route, which is now very popular, and which a lot of countries are introducing it. Germany, which was very strict with even work immigration, have now started the opportunity card, where people are using a lot. The UK have the skilled worker visas for people who want to relocate abroad and work. In Canada, it was there before in some provinces. We have the New Brunswick provincial program. We have the highly skilled migrants program in Canada. We have other routes that the Canadian government has introduced to support people. So there's a lot of up and downs, finding accommodation, getting a job to do, catering for yourself. I know people who live in the UK and in Canada who have moved, that they are living, quote and unquote, sleeping outside. They need to be borrowing money from other people to survive in the foreseeable future. So there's a lot. I mean, if you want to relocate, I will not say that don't relocate. You could, but you need to prepare yourself for the tax ahead of you. Thank you.